So we have a change in our order of service today, and it's one of the things about summer is that we get to play with our usual order. So whatever you expect isn't going to be, but you do have a bulletin to sort of walk us through. So our service today is about nurturing the soul. This month, our archetype has been about the nurturer. And the nurturer is a caregiver. Normally, nurturing people who have that archetype go into the helping profession. They are sort of the bedrocks of relationships. They bring us harmony, and they're caring and giving and kind. And the downside of the caregiver archetype is that what? Burnout, right? One can go to burnout, and then that leads to resentment and all kinds of not good feelings. So, our focus today, then, is about nurturing the soul, about opening to that archetype of the big nurturer, the grand nurturer, that of spirit. So if you're feeling burnt out or depressed or anxious, ask yourself this question: what is it that my soul needs? And what is it that feeds my soul? There are so many different things, and it's different for each one of us. But how important is it to feel wonder or awe, right? On a daily, if not a weekly basis. Music is such a great feeder of the soul. Nature, love, friendship, quiet, prayer, laughter. I'm sure the list could go on and on and on, that we all have our different list. But here's the thing. If we don't take time to feed the soul, we suffer. We suffer. Dorothy Neddermeyer said it this way. She said, nurturing the soul is as important as healthy nutrition, exercising, and sleep. The soul's sole purpose is to create spiritual and emotional growth. The sense of well-being and happiness emanates from the soul to the psyche, and if the soul is ignored or malnourished, the psyche and ultimately the body will suffer. So open yourself this morning to allow your soul to be nurtured. And the truth is that for those of us who have spiritual practice, who come to spiritual community, who come to church, we've already sort of taken that step to nurturing the soul. So in our service today, we have 5 elements to nurture the soul. And the first is music, which we always have, is always a part of nurturing our soul, and we're so blessed. We're so blessed every week to have Aaron and John and Olivia and David and, of course, all of our Dios members to create and hold us in this sacred space and help us walk through the different transitions that we go through in a service. So music is number 1. And the second is going to be praise and worship. And we've already had an element of that, but that's the second step. The third is about beholding the Christ and seeing the Spirit of the divine, the Spirit of God in one another. The fourth is sitting together in silence, which of course we do every week, but I'm going to extend you. Again, it's summer, so we get to experiment. Normally, we spend 5 minutes in silence, but we're going to really push it, and we're going to do 10 in silence today. And then finally, most importantly also, is gratitude. That is also another element in opening the soul. So worshiping and praise are important ways to feed the soul because it opens us to feeling the presence of God. And you could call God the divine presence, higher power, the force, chi, goodness in the universe. But we're calling that in, and that's one of the things that we do through worship. It's one of the things that we do through praise. In Unity, we don't talk a lot about the Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. But when we look at it metaphysically, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit is mind, idea, expression. The Holy Spirit is the activity of God. And so when we come together, when we worship together, when we praise, we are calling in the Holy Spirit. We are calling in the activity of God, and what better way to feel one's soul begin to open than through the activity of the Holy Spirit. So before we move into the praise, I want to share with you a story, one that is old, one that we all know about the two wolves, right? It's the old Cherokee story, where a grandpa was sitting with his grandson, and he said, "There is a fight that is going on inside of me, and it is a terrible fight between two wolves. One wolf is evil, and it is fed on anger, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, guilt, you name it, right? False pride, superiority. And the other wolf inside of me is good. It is joy, it is peace, it's hope, kindness, benevolence, generosity, compassion. And the same fight that's going on in me is the same fight that is going on within you and inside every person as well." And the grandson said, "And which wolf will win?" And the grandfather replied, "The one that you feed." So this morning we are here to feed the good wolf. We are here to nurture kindness, empathy, compassion, truth, hope, love, serenity. And so I invite you, as we move into this service, to open your soul to this experience, to invite in the Holy Spirit, and to let it take you on a journey.